We are going to go through the human heart today. Specifically, we're going to look at the anatomy and physiology of it. What you'd probably be expecting to see is something looking a little bit like this, the sort of archetypal heart shape. But I'm going to draw my heart as a square, as a box, because fundamentally it's a very easy way of remembering it. So the heart, remember, is part of the circulatory system. And the circulatory system links in with the lungs, I'm going to have up here. And naturally, the whole point of it is to circulate oxygen throughout the body so that it can fuel the muscles, and essentially every cell of the body requires oxygen in order to function. And so you've got the body as well. So the first thing we're going to do on this heart is label it. So we're going to start with the left-hand side. So we've got the left atrium, and we have got the left ventricle. And on the right-hand side, we've got the right ventricle, or the right atrium even, and the right ventricle. I'm hoping that some of you will be thinking that I've got my left and right confused. However, remember, this is looking at the heart as you would see it. Therefore, as you were facing it, the left would be the right and the right would be the left. So now we're going to look at the movement of the blood and its circulation, and how the heart functions. So essentially, we're going to start at the lungs. The lungs are where we take on oxygen. That is essentially the gas exchange whereby we take oxygen out of the air and we expel the carbon dioxide from our blood. So as the blood comes from the lungs, we're going to show it in its red colour. The red coloured blood indicates that it is oxygenated. It's full of oxygen, and when it's full of oxygen, it has a redder colour. The blood comes from the lungs, enters into the left atrium. Then goes from the left atrium through a valve into the left ventricle. Once it goes into the left ventricle, it's pumped out of the left ventricle to the body. And from there, it's pumped all around the body to, as we said earlier, fuel and provide oxygen to every cell, within every muscle, within every organ of your body. Once it's finished its journey, effectively, it becomes deoxygenated. And when it's deoxygenated, we draw it as blue because it's lost its oxygen, and the less oxygen it has, the bluer the blood comes. It goes into the right atrium, again passes from the right atrium via another valve into the right ventricle, and then it passes from the right ventricle via another valve back up into the lungs, where it is re-oxygenated. So you've got this double function, this circle of flow whereby the lungs oxygenate, they go back into the heart pumps it out to the body where it uses up the oxygen. It then goes back into the heart where it's pumped from the heart back to the lungs so that it can be re-oxygenated, and that circulatory process continues. And that is the heart in a box.